Good afternoon, everybody. Marty, Tom.
Hello, everyone.
Chiefs Reviews. Today, we're going to be doing two fantastic stout brews. The highly acclaimed KBS from Founders, American Stout, against the Baltika Brew Collection Russian Imperial Stout. Don't mind me, I had one too before this. But this is straight out of St. Petersburg, Russia. So when you talk about Imperial Russian Stout, this is the real deal. We're going to be doing a side-by-side comparison. Myself and my beer expert friend here, Chief Tom.
Can't wait, can't wait.
Let me pop the beers, see what kind of vapor we get out of the top.
Out of his trusty
Not seeing
beer
much vapor.
glasses.
Not seeing much vapor. Wait for this.
This is big stuff.
Highly acclaimed shit here. KBS Brewers. Ooh, I popped the top. I could smell the cocoa come right out.
I actually got a little
You
whiff
get
of
a
it
little
myself. Yes, I did.
It's amazing how we can just burst through the air like this. We're gonna do. We only have two, so we got to share. So, but this is some expensive stuff. But it says right on here, highly acclaimed KBS, a flavored stout. It's good for everything. A flavored stout, or to be good for. Ale brewed with chocolate and coffee, aged in a bar, I need glasses. A bourbon. Oh, and it's aged in oak bourbon barrels.
That's right.
KBS.
And it's breakfast stout. It's Kentucky breakfast stout.
That's what KBS is for.
That's right.
See what we got out of here. Oh, it's chocolatey and milky.
Oh,
look at that pour. Look how beautiful that pour is.
I just heard the glug glug.
Glug 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 glug. Okay. Let me help you out there, friend.
You know, I've been looking forward to this for a long time.
As you can see the carbonation climbing up the glass. Sometimes when you have carbonation coming up the glass like that, it means that it's a dirty glass. But, however, this just came out of the dishwasher, so this is not a dirty glass. That's just the carbonation waves climbing up the cylinder there.
People kill for this beer. I believe it's at least $7 a bottle, and most liquor stores will only sell you one bottle at a time.
Glug. You hear the glug 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 on this?
I do.
It's delicious. Look at that. And I'm not pouring it aggressively, so I'm not trying to get a huge head out of it. Maybe a little more of this one. See what kind of head we get out of it.
My goodness.
Look at the carbonation climb up the side of the glass. Look at that. Look at the way. It's like a volcano.
It's gorgeous.
One finger head. Solid one finger head.
Yep.
Cocoa in color. Some large bubbles at the top. Almost looks like a milkshake when you take some Hershey syrup and mix it into a nice glass of milk, cold whole milk. So what do you get on the smell?
It's got great carbonation. I will say that.
What do you get on the?
All right, let's go with the KBS first. Okay, I'll give it a little swirl. Get a nose to it. Wow, right off the bat. Right off the bat, I'm getting
that bourbon.
I'm getting bourbon. I'm getting coffee. Pretty strong coffee.
Chocolate.
And chocolate.
Not much vanilla. I know we've had one earlier that had some vanilla.
I smell a little bit of fig, a little bit of dark fruit in here. Oh yes, very nice. Very, very.
Not that much raisin.
I'd like to eat the glass.
Dark chocolate.
Yeah, like a bitter chocolate, and yeah, I agree.
It's like when you walk into like Bed Bath and Beyond or one of those specialty stores like a Marshall's or where they sell you the cocoa at the counter and you get the 70%, 80%. This is like an 80% cocoa mix.
Definitely getting some bourbon off of here. You can smell the bourbon aged barrels. Yes.
We want to dive in?
Okay. Here we go. Cheers. Oh my goodness.
Pretty good. Pretty good. There's like a film that fills your mouth. It rolls over your tongue and all in the cheeks. Puts a film over it.
I have a sweet, what I'm thinking of is a sweet caramel, chocolatey, and coffee, all hitting you at the same time, and you can definitely taste a nice hint of the barrel-aged bourbon barrels. It's absolutely delicious.
Well, I can tell you this. I've said this in past in a past review. I believe it was with the Dragon's Milk. I talked about the vanilla-y taste and the comparison to my homemade brewed Kahlua. This has a similar taste.
Similar taste.
Similar taste.
I would say this is a little bit more chocolate-like.
Definitely more chocolate, not as, but there is the coffee hint.
Yes.
The Dragon's Milk didn't have the coffee hint. This has a lot more coffee to it. It's more so like the Kahlua, because the Kahlua obviously is coffee.
The alcohol is well hidden, as far as the the strength of the beer. It's well hidden. You can get the aroma of the bourbon, but I'm saying as far as the alcohol is concerned, it's not very discernible.
What is the alcohol content? What is the ABV on this? Oh, it's 11.2.
That's a powerful beer.
And there is no burn.
Maybe right now, maybe as the beer heats up, it might it warms up. You might get a little bit of a burn. Right now, I'm not. I would imagine so. As it heats up, you'll probably get a little bit because it is very high in alcohol.
Let's see what we get out of the Baltika Brew Collection. This is this is Russian Imperial Stout Baltika Brew Collection, straight out of St. Petersburg, Russia.
Let's get a nose on this.
Which is what everybody tries to emulate. So let's see if the KBS is similar, different, what we get out of it. It's not a breakfast stout, but it is an Imperial Stout.
Okay.
Oh, much different in smell.
I'm getting a much more maltier background.
Definitely.
I'm not getting as much chocolate.
No, I didn't get no chocolate at all, no coffee.
The smell is not as attractive as the KBS. It doesn't smell bad. I mean, I'm just not...
It's different. It's different. It's malty. Very malty.
It's a very malty smell.
Dark malt.
If I was to say anything, I would say it's
no dark fruit.
It's very it's got a deep, yes,
clean malt. Wow.
Well,
I'm gonna dive in.
You want to dive in?
Sure. Cheers.
It's nice. It's sweet.
Oh, I just got hit with hop in the end. But for a stout, that's not. It's not usual.
It's not usual for a stout.
But it's just got blasted.
It's got a slight bitterness on the end. I will say it's got a nice sweet front.
Very.
Very coffee-like. Not so much chocolate. It's more of a coffee flavor. Yes. Get another nose on it. Yes, it's got a definite coffee-like flavor to it.
Side by side, they're very similar in color, very similar head. I mean, you would think you're drinking the same beer.
The mouthfeel is very similar. They're both medium to thicker type beers. They go down very nice. This goes down very nicely.
It is sweet. It is sweet.
It's got a sweet front.
I like how you take it in, and it hits you with the sweetness.
Yes.
And then
right
when it
off
goes
the
down the throat, the for a 10% ABV.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
You do not taste not this much alcohol.
It's a very solid stout.
Hits you with a hop finish.
It's got a little bit more coffee. Well, I taste a bitter coffee flavor in the finish. It's almost like a if you drank a little bit of espresso and then you had that little bitter finish to it. Well, what I'm gonna say, this is a side by side.
This is tough.
I will say, in my opinion, I'm gonna give mine first. In my opinion, the KBS is much more complex. It's got a lot more different things going on. Sometimes you get beers that you hear the hype about it and then you get disappointed when you taste it. This is not one of those beers. This is a beer that lives up to the hype, as far as I'm concerned. It's a delicious beer, and it's worth the extra money that you would pay for it.
What would you say about the Baltika Brew?
The Baltic. This is an Imperial Russian Stout. It's not barrel aged, right?
No, I don't think it's fair to really.
It's an unfair comparison because this is a barrel. This is a bourbon barrel, beer, as opposed to just a straight up Imperial stout. And for what it is, it's a delicious beer. To me, my opinion is it doesn't measure up to the KBS, only for the simple fact that this is more complex because it's got some bourbon and alcohol notes going on from the
Is
keg.
that strictly on the smell, or is that also with the taste?
No, it goes on with the taste also. It goes on with the taste.
See, what's
The aroma to this KBS is absolutely like it's spot on. It's right on. It's Stone the Crow's good. It really is. It really is something you need to try this. It is unbelievable. As my friend Simon, who does reviews also, it's Stone the Crow's for sure.
Well, what's good about when you do a review with somebody else at your side is that it's kind of like having a Republican and a Democrat side by side giving their comparisons. I definitely am in love with this KBS. It's a fantastic brew. I will agree with the fact that you said it's very complex in the smell that you're getting.
Yes.
It's much more complex than the Russian Stout. However, my personal taste, the KBS, again, I'm going back a little bit. The KBS does have a lot of hype. It says highly acclaimed brand on the bottle. It does come with a lot of hype to it. They will charge you more money when it comes to when they age it a little bit and they sell it in the brew stores. When you go to buy it, they charge you a little more money for it. However, personal taste. Smell first. KBS definitely is more complex. It definitely outdoes the Baltika Brew collection on the with the complexity of the smells that come out of it. It is. I can sit here and smell this all day.
Oh God,
it's quite wonderful.
It's heaven in a glass.
It really is heaven.
It's heaven in a glass.
You know, it's got some pretty lacing to it. Very dark in color. Pitch black, midnight black.
I got some sun here.
Yeah, we got sun, and you can't see through it.
Nope, not even a little bit. Not even the slightest.
Two different beers. It's almost unfair to make a comparison. Really, almost unfair. However, personal taste. The Founders is much more chocolatey. Much more chocolatey. Definitely leaves a layer. However, if you're the type of beer drinker, and I'm not going to make it that it's my personal decision, which I'll give you my personal decision at the end. But if you're a beer drinker in general, you're definitely going to go for the Baltika Brew collection because it has a more general beer taste finish to it. It's sweet up front. It's hoppy in the end, which is unusual for a stout.
It's more malt.
However, but I guess that's
very
what a
malt.
Russian
It's a
Imperial
malty.
Stout is.
It's
It gives you the little bit of hop in the end, although it's very malty. The KBS, it's like drinking chocolate milk. It's like drinking chocolate milk and spiking it with a little Kentucky bourbon.
And maybe a slight Kahlua taste to it.
I make homemade Kahlua.
Hold the bottle up again.
I make homemade Kahlua, and this stuff right here, it's very similar, except it's not Kahlua. Very good.
Okay.
Final decision, Tom.
Overall, I'm going to give it. This is how I'm going to go with this. I'm not a stout drinker. I like my IPAs. I'm sort of a hophead. I like stouts. For the style, I'm going to go with KBS. I've never had a stout like this. This is probably the best I've ever had. I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I also love this Russian Imperial Stout. It's awesome for what it is, but it's lacking a little bit in complexity for me. It's a little bit too straightforward for me. I'll give this a 9 out of 10. Marty?
Okay. Like I said, there was a lot of hype coming into this with this KBS. I've seen a lot of beer reviews. It was hard to get our hands on one of these bottles, however we did. And it seems like everybody's coming into it with a 10 out of 10, including my my partner here with the 10 out of 10. I can't go that high with it. I can't. I just can't do it. I'm going to say it's an A+, 9. Definitely was complex. I love the flavor. I love the smells. I love the look of the beer. I love the way it pours. I love the clunkiness. I love the chocolatiness. I love the coffee. I love it all, but it's just not a 10 for me. The Baltika Brew Russian Imperial Stout. I'm also going to give it a 9. But definitely two different beers, two different styles of beer. But I'm also going to give it a 9. I like it. I like the way it's very sweet up front, and it's got a hop back presence. It just, you swallow it, you wait about 5-7 seconds, and all of a sudden the hop hits you, which is, again, it's unusual for a stout to have that, but I like it. And that's what I give it, Tom. I give it a 9 out of 9.
Okay, so
that's our beer review.
That's our beer review, and this is Tom Giuliano and Marty Kahn. We're going to be signing off. Drink beer. It's Mother's Milk, and
drink responsibly.
I see the bottle's good.
There you go.